This is a video about making great video lectures. So if you're trying to get better at recording lectures, if you don't want to be terrible at it, I can help you with that. But in order to help you understand the thing that will make the difference between a great and a bad video lecture, I need to start with a story. And it's a story about the Black Eyed Peas and the Super Bowl halftime show. So the Black Eyed Peas performed at the Super Bowl in 2011, about 10 years ago. USA Today ranked it one of the 5 worst Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. Rolling Stone actually ranked it the worst Super Bowl halftime show of all time.
Just listen to this review from Rolling Stone. The worst. Just the worst. Watching at the time, you instantly knew you were witnessing something magical and special, like seeing a unicorn cough up blood. What a line.
So why were the Black Eyed Peas so bad, and how does their badness help us understand anything about how to record better lectures? Here's my hypothesis. The Black Eyed Peas were the wrong kind of act for that particular venue. There was a content form problem. USA Today commented specifically on this performance style, that the group barely sings and doesn't dance, that their barked out lyrics don't really constitute rapping. The Black Eyed Peas were great at music videos. The Black Eyed Peas were great in an iPod commercial. Remember the iPod? Their genre of music, their mode of performance didn't translate. And this is the key thing you need to understand about recording a lecture. What you typically do in a classroom does not translate well to video. So in the summer of 2020, I suddenly had to figure out how to teach online. I spent my whole summer trying to figure out video lectures. And the key problem, it seemed to me, is that video lectures are very boring. The lecture is just not a genre that translates super well to video. So I was faced with this question: how do we make this format less boring? Like for me, I have an 8-year-old son. And like a lot of kids his age, he watches a lot of YouTube. So as I was trying to figure out video lectures, I was watching my son watch these YouTube videos. And the thing is, he would watch them for hours, for as long as he was allowed. And he would watch his favorite videos over and over again. Have you ever heard of Preston Plays?
Are you ready for a hot and spicy Minecraft video?
Preston is a YouTube gamer, mostly Minecraft. He's got over 10 million subscribers.
100 secret houses in Minecraft.
My son loved Preston. And what you notice about him is he talks fast and he talks loud.
This is epic.
But he is very good at making YouTube videos. And that's when something clicked in my head. I realized I didn't need to figure out how to record a lecture. I needed to figure out how to make a YouTube video educational. How can we take the techniques and the tactics that YouTubers use and repurpose them for academic content? That's not a sound effect. It's really raining outside. So let me just give you a few tips about taking your video lectures to the next level so that hopefully your audience will find them more engaging and actually watch them. And you can learn some of these techniques yourself if you just observe closely YouTubers or TikTokers or people who are making video content online. The first example I'm going to give you is the jump cut. You can use the jump cut to cut out all the clutter and make your presentation more dynamic. I know you're probably thinking, video editing, this looks like a huge hassle. But stay tuned. I'll address that at the very end of this video. Another technique is the zoom cut. I find this is a really useful little cut to do when I need to emphasize something. This is like underlining important information. When you start paying attention, you'll notice a lot of YouTubers or video content creators using this technique, and I tend to use it when I'm about to say something really important. Next, we want to think about visual variety, and this just means changing up what's on the screen. The simplest way to do this is with slides. You might use maps or diagrams or images. Anything to keep your audience engaged. One of the simplest tricks that I found is to type out what you are saying and put that on a slide. Even simple slides like those can help keep your audience engaged, and they can help you emphasize important points. You might even consider adding sound effects. Now, that may seem to you like overkill, but remember, you are competing for your audience's attention against a device like this one that pings and dings incessantly. So adding a sound effect is another tool to wake up your audience and keep them engaged in your video. Now we move on to video editing. Video editing is hard and time consuming, and everybody hates it. Everybody hates it. And so I think a lot of us, when we're looking to record a lecture, to make a video lecture, we're trying to think of how to do it with the least amount of editing. But here's what I want to tell you. Maybe we have to do the editing. Think, for example, about writing. What advice do you give your students when they're writing, when they're trying to learn how to write and become better writers? They need to proofread. They need to edit. They need to write multiple drafts. So how are you going to get better at recording lectures to video? You're going to edit them. You're going to revise them. You're going to do it again and again. This kind of editing can take time and effort. There isn't really a quick way to do it. The one workaround I found is if you keep your videos super short, then you can edit them in a very short span of time. But if you're trying to say something of substance or something complicated, it's going to need to be long. And to get people to pay attention, you're going to need to edit that video. But here's where we make the mistake. It's not that, video editing is so cumbersome. It's that We imagine we can like record something and then post it and be done. That's not how it works. In the same way, you can't write an essay or a conference paper in an hour and be done. So we need to change our mindset about the amount of time that this takes. You have to block out chunks of time to record and edit. You have to have reasonable expectations about how many of these you can do and how much time it takes to do them. So you need to make time to record these lectures, to edit these lectures. That's the only way they get done and the only way they're of any quality. If you want to know more, you can check out some of these other videos over here, which I've made on video lectures. And that's about all I got. Thanks. Talk soon.